2002 Corvette Z06. Going to put the air injection back on and the driver's side coils and hook them up to the spark plugs with the wires. So we're going to start with this piece here. I left the clamp there in the side that it belongs. Where the three ends of this go is there's one way back here, one right off this rubber hose, and the clamp is at the bottom there, and then the third one will connect here to the portion that connects to this flange. So I'm not going to have you guys watch me struggle to connect the one in the back there, but I'll just pick up the video after that. Alright, well, you can't really see it, but that hose is hooked up here. It's right here's the hose clamp, and I used a pair of robo grips to get in there. Just squeeze it after I'd squeezed it by hand once. Another thing I did was I grabbed some soapy water and just dipped the end of that in. I'll do the same thing here, connect those two hoses. Okay, so this one went on very quickly, very easily, and again, tighten them with the robo grips. So here's the last part of the hose. Here's a GM part number for the new gasket. 10mm wrench. We'll switch over to socket and torque it down to 20 Newton meters on the two 10mm bolts. So I've just got this started here, enough to hold it in place, and then I'm gonna get some soapy water on here, push this down, secure it, and then I'll tighten those bolts. So the hose in place. I'm actually not gonna tighten that clamp yet. I'm going to secure the flange first. Okay, 20 Newton meters. There we go. And then we'll secure this clamp here. There we go. Now I'm going to get my brake booster and all this put back. Alright, connect this back into the brake booster. And get my boost gauge back together. And then I'm going to have to run a zip tie here where we cut that one. Nice. Alright, so this part of the house is back together. Now we'll probably put the coils back. Alright, so this is another set of 10mm studs, and we'll torque them to 12 Newton meters. Let me struggle with this for a minute, position it. Alright, so the struggle was the air line is pulled in a little bit more with the headers, so I had to bend it back. Everything's good now. I'll manually secure 5 of these and then torque them down. Alright, these are all in place. I'm going to tighten them down to 12 Newton meters. There isn't a pattern, so I'm just going to go from the inside out. This one's a little tricky back here to see. Actually, I got to use an extension for it. To disconnect this again. Well, I'll tighten this up. Alright, got that one tightened. Connect this again. And we'll have to reconnect this. Alright, last thing we'll do is get some dielectric grease on the spark plug cables and connect them. Well, this side's getting pretty tight in here, so what I'm going to do is just not show this in the video, but I showed on the other side, passenger side, how I did it. These are going to be a little difficult to reach in the back, but we'll work through it. Next video should be installing the alternator, and then I believe the supercharger, tightening up that belt. I should clean up the air filter as well. I'll have to reinstall the catch can, reconnect that sensor, and we should be good.